Hi guys, it's Duke or Duxing or whatever you want to call me. I'm on my third take of this because I realized I didn't turn my mic on, but it's all good. So the topic of today is a little educational video for support, right? So I was playing a game with a supporter or an ADC of mine, and I'm relatively more higher ranked. I'm like D4 and he's like bronze, silver, goldish. And the other teammates in the enemy team was around the same elo, right? I see like some ports going around. I see some supports going around. They don't completely know what they're doing, I want to say. I just see them doing weird things. I feel like their moves aren't really made with logic. And I wanted to make this educational video to maybe help some of those alistars, some of the supports, some of those that are on my Clash team, to maybe learn a bit and be more useful, right? Try to fulfill a role in the team. Well, let's get started. Here's the replay. Spawning on the red side, nothing major. If it's a very basic thing, I'll just speedrun it. Speed through it 8 times. Try for an invade, very standard. Go into a leash. Leave nice and easy. So let's talk about the wave, right? Or the bot lane more like. So they have 2 ranged champions and then we have 1 melee, 1 ranged. Oftentimes what happens is the ranged people will beat off any melees that try to touch the front minions. And the reasons for this is because they try to fight over prio. If they're able to attain prio over the minions and kill more minions than they lose minions, they can get to a level spike faster than the enemy does. Oftentimes, it's not just about the ADC, but it's mostly about the support. Of course, the ADC matters a little, but it's not a major thing. The interaction here is I'm supposed to W the Rakan W, but I kind of missed it. But it's fine. He's only half HP. He has pots. I'll click the items. Relatively standard laning phase. Here, I noticed that my Nunu is coming in for a gank, right? So first I get level 2, and then I try to like go in. Oh, that's really messy. Don't pay too much attention to that. In my defense, that was my first WQ in ages. I don't miss any for the rest of the game. But the point I was trying to do was like a Nunu W is like, it's dodgeable. You can like flash out of it pretty simply. You like weave like one direction like bot and then you flash top. And it's really hard to hit sometimes if they have all their summoners. So I was trying to like CC them, and then while they're like CC'd, the Nunu snowball will come in and they can't dodge it because they're in the air, right? But I kind of miss it. We kill one and then we lose 3 of us because the word came down from across the map and like fucked us all. Unfortunate start, but as long as your Nexus is still alive, still has HP, you're still in the game. Well, that's not always true, but at least here it's recoverable. We had down bot. We only lost like 2 extra kills. It's fine. We'll bounce back. My Nunu needs some help. I move over. Relatively basic. If your support is calling for help and you have nothing to do in lane, like what are they going to do here? What can they possibly do to the Swain? Maybe if the Swain walked in and suicided. Okay, now we get a WQ. But because the Rakan blocked it, he can just jump back to his ADC. Relatively basic. But I guess it's better than nothing, right? We keep scaling. We keep bouncing. I move a little. Because why not? Who's going to stop me? Who's going to do anything to the Swain? I don't really get anything done here, but I think the concept is important. Like, if the wave is at this position, at this spot, I'm not going to teach you about wave states. I don't think I will. There's enough YouTube videos about that. But the wave, like, you've noticed that the MF has been pushing all game, and it will continue to do so. And it's very unlikely for him to get dove. So I think there's several components that go into a successful dive. The first thing, or the few major things, the first is damage. You obviously need to reduce his HP from 100 to 0, right? But a lot of the times the enemy will like, or not the enemy, but like if someone's getting dove, they'll generally try to get away. So to accompany the damage, oftentimes you'll need CC, reliable CC. This could be an alistar with a WQ combo. It could be a Nautilus with an auto or an ultimate, a Leona, a flash Q, things like that. They lock you in place and then they beat you down. Something like Rakan where their W isn't like insta-lock, it doesn't lock on you. You can kind of walk out of it. You can avoid the range. It's relatively easy, right? And then MF doesn't really provide a lot of early game pop damage. So I think it's relatively safe to leave. Not to mention they've been pushing all game. This is a great time to leave. I am an alistar. Don't really see the need to stay. I look at this mid laner who loves to push up. Give him a good smack. I think we beat him to death here. Relatively basic concept. The micro you use isn't too important here. Oh, he kills himself. To be honest, the Vladimir has a button that lets him dodge all of my CC at the expense of like 20% of his current HP. I don't know what this guy's doing. So what he should have done is just W and then like walk away, but he ended up dying, so I guess I won't complain. If the enemy wants to situate themselves on the edge of a cliff, don't be afraid to just walk over and give them a nice little push and send them to the pits of hell, right? If they want to kill themselves, just let them do so. This swing gets hit by quite a couple of skill shots, to be honest, but it's fine. He doesn't take substantial damage. He's never in a spot where he can truly be compromised. He doesn't lose a vast amount of minions. Props to him. The enemy jungle is walking over. I'm walking over. I noticed that the work is over here, right? I don't want to take particular notice of this. Like, the work's relatively low. But, like, I'm not going to throw any abilities, right? Because there's no need to. We've already killed them. We don't want to take the risk that the support will come in and take the kill. We don't want that happening. I think we get into an engagement here. It's relatively messy. We basically get chased off, to be honest. Nothing much. Oh, let's talk about this. This is something that alistar is great at. So let's turn to the enemy vision, right? Rakan and MF sees that there's a Swain, and perhaps the alistar is left, like he often has. So what does the Rakan do? He walks into range. The Swain's baiting, right? So he gets the Rakan W. The alistar is given the option to move up with his Mogus. The Rakan doesn't seem cognizant of this. alistar goes for the flash. And then he can W the Rakan into the turret. He's already used his W. He's out of range for this MF. He's going to soak 1-2 turret shots, and he's going to lose his life here. Despite the enemy ADC being more fed, despite us being down in items by like 12, we're down here like by 1,400 gold or so. It doesn't matter, right? As long as you play right, there's always going to be room to outplay. At least down here, at least. Oh, MF stayed. She should have tried it back, to be honest. I think she gets killed here. Well, me and my jungler know that this MF is here because I took a really wide path. She couldn't have escaped. She's not that fast. So we just walk right into the bushes and beat her down. Well, there goes your bounty. Alright, let's give some options to our viewers, right? So I'm at base. I want to say that the role of my role is not called the bot laner, right? We already have that. We have a top laner, a mid laner, a jungler, and a bot laner. And then we have the support. But the support isn't necessarily constrained to one lane, right? We can go look top lane, we can look mid lane, we can look bot lane, we can run into the jungle. Look, even the low elo Rakan is doing it, right? So here, we can identify that the wave is pushing into our side. Nothing too major. Mid lane is equal. Bot lane is relatively equal. So what do you think the alistar will do? Why don't you try to guess? Okay. I assume you've taken the time to guess. I guess I must be waiting for something, huh? I don't know what it was, but I don't really remember games after I play them. I might remember like specific moments when they come up. I'll actually remember quite a decent bit this game because I replayed like this like 3 times already, but Jesus Christ. Man, this mic shit is really fucking annoying. Whatever. I guess I just decided to go bot. But to be honest, I'm not a perfect player. Sometimes I don't pay attention to everything. To be honest, D4 players aren't like that good. I think diamond players are just platinum players that like int a little less and open their eyes a little more, kill themselves a little less. Nothing major happens here, just a bit of poke, just a bit of like baiting. I think we beat him up below here. Oh, I remember this. So we kill with the support, we lose our support, so it's 1 for 1. Relatively equal. The MF ultimate blows one of my Swain's heads off. And then the Nuna comes in and kills himself. So he got 3 for 1. Really fucking messy. I tried to kill her, but the Rakan won't let me get the opportunity. Whatever, I guess. Well, nothing to do bot, right? I might as well just move. Sit in the bush. Try to wait for someone to catch someone. Just some little here and there. You'll notice that bot lane has a very advantaged wave state. Like, it's pushing into us, so like our minions will get killed. He can sit near his turret. Everything's great. This is a really messy engagement. It's not necessarily worth showing. Don't be afraid to leave your teammates, guys. If you can't leverage something, you always want to leverage something. If you can't leverage something, don't die with your teammates. Just leave. On the same token, if you can die and give something to leverage something stronger or equal, don't be afraid to do so. Don't be afraid. Okay, I kind of pulled the trigger a little late. But basically, Drake is what everyone wants to go for right now. There's a lot of intent gathering around. So why not come down and try to get this objective, right? There's some messy team fighting here and there. It doesn't necessarily matter. I took a lot of damage to my ulti. I jump in, CC. Like, alistar has two main components. He's tanky and he provides CC. It's great. There's quite a couple of champions, but alistar has quite some like knockback. Easy champion. It's great. I really love this. It's so sustainable. You don't need to be skilled. There's a situation developing, so I just went top, but I finished before I got there. Mashing bot lanes. It's not too scary to 1v1 in an MF. It was something like Aurelia you'd have to be more careful about. If I'm able to roam, cause the recon to come. Okay. Notice how I W the recon into the turret range? This is... When people want to put themselves in front of your turret and just die, just kill them. Just give them that gentle push. Don't be too extreme. Just take what they give you and kill them, right? Very simple. I kind of killed myself here, but I'm calling this a limit test. I'm just fucking around in normals, right? It doesn't matter too much. The point is what we can learn. What macro decisions? What did you take note of when you played the game? So, okay. Hopefully no one looked at the minimap. Hopefully everyone was like paying attention to my screen while I was saying. Let's talk. When you're dead, you don't want to be mindlessly thinking, right? You want to be thinking about what's your next move, what can you do? So if you observe bot lane, the wave is completely pushed. The Swain is out of mana. So there's a couple things that's going to happen. He might try to take the turret. He might try to leave. No matter what he does, the wave will push back. There's basically going to be no one here, right? There's going to be nothing happening here. And as a support, what are you going to do? Come down and like grab a wave? Not really, right? You want to be in the action. After looking at this mid lane, they're pretty outmatched. Nunu's like half HP. He can't really engage. If they choose to fight, the blue team will win. But the red team should just back off. And if the blue team stays, there's nothing much they gain. So this situation will end before you even respawn. Then you look top lane. They're kind of fighting, right? They're kind of beefing. They have some minions. You'll notice that before I spawn, I'm looking at all these waves. I can't show you my camera because we're in a replay, but this is the most volatile state. I notice here that the wave's kind of pushing in. This Teemo kind of has a lot of control over the Aatrox right now. So what if I came over, made myself known, dove him, threw CC at him, the Teemo shoots him, and we beat him to death. Oh, my Swain killed himself. Like, there's nothing I can do, right? Across the map. I can't really waste my time with something so simplistic. They throw a Herald here, but like, there's nothing I can do here. We can't fight and win if I'm there, and they're not going to die if I'm not, right? So might as well go for this play. Think of it like pushing something over. You have opposing forces from both sides. If there's a bunch of force and you can't push one building over, go to the other building. With two hands here, you can push this building over, right? You throw the W, CC them into the wall, then you throw the Q. When they're thrown into the wall with your W, they're kind of CC'd for a bit longer, and they can't really move, so feel free to just hold your Q. Come out of base, kill someone, lose some HP and a die, feel free to just go back to base, right? You don't really have any control. Nice and easy kills, setting up your teammates, right? You won't kill everyone. And if your teammates all kill themselves, there's nothing you can do about it. Dragon spawning soon enough. I can't show you the timer, but I know gray is minimum. The gray timer shows when there's 60 seconds, so take that as you will. Generally, as a support, you're not a split pusher. You don't want to be pushing objectives on the other side when your team is taking a dragon. You want to ward up the area. Oh, fuck my voice, whatever. But if the Vladimir continues to step up, why not give him a nice little gank, right? Don't be afraid to like leave your lane. Just smack him. I kind of miss some CCs. I make some misplays here and there. But it doesn't matter, right? Alistar is easy. It's great. It's really great. Give him that good juicy smack. Team's coming over. We lost the team with top lane. He got ganged pretty badly. Enemy, your teammates throw damage. Remember, guys, you want to do damage, but damage is often accompanied by CC, so you can get the damage off. Here, I choose to go in and stop the MF from hitting my team. Maybe a bad decision, but the point is, I always want to suppress this MF because I think this MF is like the key to killing our whole team. Not necessarily here, but with an ultimate, right? So there's two main things I'm looking at as an alistar. There's an MF ult that can potentially kill everyone, and then there's a Rakan ult. And what this Rakan ult can do is he can hold the team together so that the MF can get the ultimate off. If I'm able to stop the Rakan ult and the MF ult, I'll be pretty happy. So you'll notice that Nunu here is snowballing down and he wants to fight, right? So instead of W queuing, if they stand there, why not just walk up to them, Q them, and you can potentially even W them into your team. Because I chose not to because I observed the situation and I realized that the W would hit anyways. Don't be afraid to save your abilities. You don't always need to use an ability for you to be effective, or is it the best choice to use it? I probably should have booted the MF back to my team, but this isn't bad. We got 2 for 1. 3 for 1, never mind. As long as you're leveraging something, don't be afraid to give your life. If you die every time you come out of base, but you're killing one person, getting a good wave state, killing 2 people, maybe a bunch of camps, that's fine. Eventually, all those little droplets of advantages will turn into a huge wave, and they won't be able to do anything. As long as your teammates play fine, of course. Little fighting here and there, but like, who cares, right? Alistar comes down. I'm pretty sure we just got fucked here. This Swain. Oh, there goes our damage dealer. We all die. I think the blue team should have gotten Drake or the Baron here because we're all dead, right? You can kind of just kill it. But they chose not to, so I guess I can't complain. So us being shocked. And obviously we as a support with control over the Baron, well, maybe not control of the Baron, but we have like quite a bit of control over the game. We can't like guarantee a win, but we're kind of in the driver's seat more than anything. So we might as well just set up the Baron, throw some wards, control the area, right? Oh, you see a warg that showed up in your area? Why don't you just grab him and kill him? Nice and simple. Nice and simple. Kind of get damaged, but I'm an alistar. Look at how I get tickled, bro. Oh, if the enemy carry gets CC'd, why don't you just throw some more CC and then kill her, right? The ADC won't do any damage when they're dead. And after this, if they continue to fight inside the Swain ultimate, it's an insta win already. Throw some CC here and there. It's fine if you die. Just leverage something out of it. We kill 4 of them here for exchange for 3. Not bad. No, we could work first, so it's like a 5 for 3. Okay, great. So the Baron and the Drake. Okay, so the Baron's up, the Drake's spawning, but like no one can really easily attain the Baron because it'll take so long that they'll come. Earlier, like the 5 members of the enemy team was dead, so they could get it really easily. But now that we're in the area, we're not just gonna hand it over, right? But it looks like they don't want to even try, so they're coming over for the Drake. We're setting up our advantage. The enemy team kind of runs in. See, look at. This is what vision is all about, right? We kind of have vision control over the whole quadrant. So what can the enemy blue team do? They don't see anything. They don't know we're gonna rush down the Drake at any opportunity. They kind of have to inch forward. This MF wants to take the front, and as a damage dealer, you really shouldn't do that. It's supposed to have your teammates do that. But I hope you can see how like controlling vision, blinding them, giving yourself eyes, can really help benefit your team. Support is such a strong role, and it's so simple too. Like you don't see this alistar throwing high IQ Z shadows, IW here, ult here, I flash this, and he doesn't have like a bunch of ribbon combos. Nothing too fancy. I wanna pay attention to this too. So like we have 5 members here. One of us is a Nunu who also has a smite as well as a Q, right? The chance of this Vladimir taking this Drake is extremely low. But look at this, what this alistar does. He doesn't just leave. He has nothing better to do. So he tries to ward up the area and prevent the Vladimir. Like what if the Vladimir went over, flash EQ'd and somehow stole it? We don't want that happening, right? Cover every angle. If you can turn a 99% chance into a 100% chance for little to no like loss, it's great. Do so. Please don't let that Vladimir come over and just take it. If that Vladimir came over, I wouldn't even say it's the jungler's fault. I'd say it's your fucking fault as the alistar, bro. Anyways, back to what I was saying. The alistar doesn't really do damage. You don't really need tankiness. So instead of doing that, why not set out, drop some wards? I'm not sure if I mentioned this earlier, but like MFO, Rakan ult, anti-pog. We do not want to get hit by that. So what can we do? We can step out. If the Rakan ults, he can flash your W and really like lock them together, and maybe the MF could get an ultimate off. We don't want that to happen. What before that happens, let's just W the Rakan away so he can't ult us. Wonderful. Clusterfuck of a team fight. But an alistar's life is pretty easy in a team fight. CC, tank. Life is easy. Life is easy. Swain lives, he consistently does damage over time. Kind of remember what happens here, really bad. But I remember when I said if you can leverage something out of anything, that's good. Well, sometimes you can't leverage anything, right? So instead of giving up your life and dying with your ADC, just leave. If you can't get something, if there's no reason to go and try to leverage something, don't do it. Simple as. Just leave. Oh, look at what this team is doing. I wonder what he does. I'm going to print it. I didn't see that. So, this alistar, there's no more objectives. There's no Drake. There's no Baron. So, guess what he does? Here's how I want you to see it. Think of like... The Barons and Dragons matter because of the value they provide. But there's other things that provide value on the map as well, right? What I'm talking about is the jungle camps. You didn't really see me ward any jungle camps this game, but that's more because of like the situation I was placed in. But like, think of these as like mini objectives. If a Baron is worth like a Baron buff and 3 minutes of Baron buff and like this amount of gold, I think it's like 600 per person, 800 to the team nearby. The Wolf is just 100 XP and 100 gold, but it's still better than nothing. And you might even be able to kill someone, right? If you can take control, take 300 gold here, 300 gold here, and that's like 600 XP total. It's great. Why give the enemy things when you can just take it for yourself? And this is really bad. Remember, guys, if you can't leverage something, don't go for anything. Just leave. He's fucked beyond belief. But I just start recalling on the spot. Don't be afraid to just let them die. I kind of stayed because like I didn't want the team to get caught up in anything, but he's also strong enough for us to try to do something. But I just leave it anyways because I thought about it and it's like, this isn't too smart. He either dies or he doesn't, and I don't think it's worth my life to try. Come out of base. Might as well drop some more wards, right? Why not? Then I realized there's a Drake, so I kind of make my way over. Clear some vision, gain some vision. It's great. Nice and easy. Reduce the enemy to a bunch of blind corpses. If they can't see anything, the whole team is happy. They see just as much as we let them. Kind of grouped up. Oh, so remember what I said about the MF ulti and the Rakan ulti? Well, I'm sure you can guess what happens here. Rakan hops the wall. MF hops the wall, I mean runs. Yeah, that's like death case number 1. Do not let this happen. Really badly played. Bang, and they all die. We actually get 4 out of this. 4 for 5 isn't that bad, but we do lose the Drake, which could have been our soul. Not too happy. Considering the lead we had, that's pretty fucking messy, right? We don't want that to happen again. Speed it up, speed it up, speed it up. Okay. Try to guess where this alistar would go next. I'll give you 3 options. 1, the Drake. 2, the Baron. 3, the top side. To be honest, that's a really elementary question, but I guess I haven't been asking any questions, so might as well, right? Yes, Baron, Baron. People love Baron. Oh, let's talk about this. So we all understand that the point of vision is to, or the point of wards is to give vision. We want to see things, right? So what I want to see here is like the entrances leading to Baron, because I want to control the Baron. So if you observe Baron, there's 2 main paths coming from the enemy base. There is this path, and then there's this path. But if you notice, the pixel brush kind of controls this path and some of this path already, right? Well, this path is completely dark. So why don't we put a ward over here? Easy, nice and easy. Oh, if anyone wants to step over and kill themselves, man, this keeps happening. Beautiful W by the Nunu to stop the hop over the wall. Oh, I guess we don't get him. Whatever. We get one. We make it a 45. We go for the Baron. You are not a damage dealer. You're not needed at the Baron, right? Why don't you just sit here? If anyone comes close, maybe try to grab them if they're separated. If they're really strong, maybe you could just wait. Oh, I really should have hopped in the MF here, but I didn't see him. He wasn't in my vision. Because you want to move your camera around, right? You want to put on where the action is. Oh, I could have warded over the wall and then them. I really didn't expect that. That's really weird. That could have been really bad if I just like didn't hex wash in that direction. For her, of course. Oh, we got the Baron. We got the Baron, right? Yeah, we got the Baron. Nice and easy. No objectives on the map. Hold the wave. Nice and easy. Nice and easy. If someone wants to kill themselves, just step up and like give them a gentle little push. That's suicide. We kind of ready to kill ourselves. That's really bad. We kind of just overextended like hell. MF kills herself. Nice and easy. Nice and easy. The Drake spawns. Obviously, we have to run down. Hex slash in. I can't really be bothered to show the team fights, honestly. It's just 2 words. CC tank. Very nice and simple. Very nice and simple. I guess a couple big rules is CC when you can like save a life or get a life or do a lot of damage. But other than that, it's pretty simple. CC tank. You could take a bronze level background. Just get so far with just macro. No Baron. Let's just control the top side. Oh, the Baron comes up relatively soon anyways. Even more of a reason. Alright, let's watch this. So we're on a bush. This team runs forward even though he knows that our Swain is not here. I guess he sees us as a 4v4. MF drops the ulti. Fizz on the edge of death. Nunu runs in despite us not having our principal damage dealer as well as being outnumbered. Don't be afraid to walk away. If you can't leverage something, just walk away. Here, then we end up fighting here. Warwick comes in from the right. We just gang up on the Warwick. You'll notice that like I kind of get shot by the MF, but I don't really care. Like I'm an alistar, I'm a tank, right? If the ADC with lethality is hitting me, I'm pretty happy. And we just keep drain tanking with Swain and he kills everyone. Nice and easy, nice and easy. If their carry is hitting the tank and our carry is hitting the not so tanky tank, pretty happy. Yay! Move over here because I didn't see the Baron's HP. We got it, nice and easy. We can go back to base. Dragon spawning. Just always be at the objective, man. You always want to be thinking about the objective. Ooh, let's see what happens here. Let's start having more questions, right? What will happen if this Vladimir continues to keep moving up when the entire team is here? What will the alistar do in response? Well, he'll kill him, of course. If you just walk up like that and let the alistar throw a flash heal, you'll find yourself surrounded by the enemy team because they'll just W. Don't let that happen to you. Don't be that Vladimir, bro. You do not want to be that guy. MF ults. I popped the ult on her. Our tanks are the only ones being hit. Our backline is perfectly fine. We hop on the MF, we kill her. We now have more DPS. It's a heal fest, honestly. Nice and easy. We kill them all. Just run it down. Just help your team get ahead. You notice how I roamed and my Swain didn't really suicide too much? It's great. Look how nicely he scaled. You can gank mid, you can gank top. I didn't really get to gank the jungler or mid enough. Because the Vladimir kind of has a pool and it's really hard to gank. And it was really hard to get out of lane, but just take advantage of the opportunities the enemy gives you. And I think you'll be in a good spot. GG, well played. Easy.